Welcome. Today we're going to build a complete system for reading a natal chart, not from intuition, but from mechanics. Think of this as the engineering course of astrology. A natal chart, or birth chart, is a frozen snapshot of the sky at the exact moment you were born, taken from the exact place you were born. It answers one question: where were the planets, the sun, the moon, and the horizon points, at that precise moment? But here's the key insight. A chart is not a picture of the sky as seen from space. It is a picture of the sky as seen from Earth, at one location, at one time. That is why two people born on the same day in different cities can have different rising signs. So before we read anything, we need to remember what a chart actually is. A two-dimensional map of a three-dimensional moment. Earth at the center, the zodiac as a ring around it. Here is the single most useful idea in chart reading, and I want you to hold on to it for the rest of the lecture. A natal chart has exactly 3 layers, and each layer answers a different question. The planets answer what is acting. The signs answer how it acts. The houses answer where, in which area of life it acts. And the aspects, the angles between planets, answer how the actors interact. Do they cooperate, or do they conflict? Everything in chart reading, every technique that exists in astrology, is a variation on these 3 questions. What, how, where. If you can name the planet, the sign, and the house, you have already read 60% of the chart. Let's start with layer 1, the planets. In astrology, the planets are not physical objects. They are archetypal drives, the fundamental motivations inside every human being. Here is a compact way to remember the core 10. Sun. Identity, the core self, what you are becoming. Moon. Instinct, emotion, the inner need for safety. Mercury. Perception and language, how you take in and send out information. Venus. Attraction and values, what you love and how you love. Mars. Desire and action, how you assert yourself. Jupiter. Growth and meaning, where you expand. Saturn. Structure and limits, where you must work and mature. Uranus. Disruption and originality, where you break the pattern. Neptune. Imagination and dissolution, where you dream or deceive. And Pluto. Transformation and power, where you are reborn. A useful phrase: the sun is the director, the moon is the audience, Mercury is the script, Venus is the designer, Mars is the stunt double, Jupiter is the mentor, Saturn is the producer, Uranus is the guest star, Neptune is the special effects, and Pluto is the rewrite. Now layer 2, the signs. If planets are actors, signs are costumes and dialects. They describe how a planet expresses itself. The 12 signs are organized by 3 qualities and 4 elements. The 4 elements describe the energy's nature. Fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, spontaneous, active, inspiring. Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, practical, grounded, sensory. Air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, mental, relational, abstract. And water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, emotional, receptive, deep. The 3 qualities describe how the energy moves through time. Cardinal, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, initiates. Fixed, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, sustains. Mutable, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, adapts and completes. So the sign tells you the style of the planet. Mars in Aries is raw impulse. Mars in Capricorn is disciplined strategy. Same actor, completely different performance. Layer 3, the houses. If the zodiac ring is the sky, the houses are the stages of life, 12 sectors of experience, fixed to your local horizon, not to the zodiac. Here is the fastest way to memorize them by theme. First house. Self, body, appearance, how you enter a room. Second, money, values, resources you own. Third, communication, siblings, the local world. Fourth, home, family, roots, the foundation. Fifth, creativity, romance, children, play. Sixth, work, health, daily routines, service. Seventh, partnership, marriage, the one-to-one contract. Eighth, shared resources, intimacy, death and rebirth. Ninth, philosophy, travel, higher learning, meaning. 10th, career, reputation, public standing. 11th, friends, groups, hopes, networks. And 12th, the unconscious, solitude, what is hidden. Notice the structure. The first 6 houses are personal, me and my world. The last 6 are interpersonal, me and the collective. The first house is the lens of identity, the 10th is the peak of the sky, where society sees you. Now the skeleton of the chart, the 4 angles. These are the most sensitive points of the whole wheel. The ascendant, the eastern horizon, the sign rising at birth. It is the mask, the body, the first impression, and it sets the entire house system. The descendant, opposite, the other, what we seek in partnership. The midheaven, the top of the sky, career, calling, reputation. And the imam cheli, the bottom, home, roots, private life. The ascendant is so important that it determines which sign rules which house. If your ascendant is Virgo, then Virgo is your first house, Libra your second, and so on around the wheel. And here is a diagnostic shortcut. Planets near the angles are louder. A planet conjunct the ascendant is worn on the sleeve. A planet conjunct the midheaven is seen by the world. Angular planets dominate the chart's story. The planets have spoken individually. Now they must speak to each other, and that conversation is the aspects. An aspect is an angular relationship between 2 planets, measured in degrees around the wheel. The zodiac is a 360-degree circle, and the aspects are the harmonic intervals of that circle. Learn these 5 first. Conjunction, 0 degrees. Merge. The 2 planets fuse into one blended drive. Most intense. Sextile, 60 degrees. Opportunity. Flowing, gentle, needs activation. Square, 90 degrees. Tension. Friction that demands action, the engine of growth. Trine, 120 degrees, talent. Harmony and ease, can become lazy comfort. And opposition, 180 degrees, polarity. A tug of war between 2 needs, often played out with others. The classic memory aid, the hard aspects, conjunction, square, opposition, create plot. The soft aspects, sextile and trine, create scenery. A chart with no squares is peaceful but unchanging. A chart with squares is uncomfortable, and that discomfort is precisely the engine of evolution. How close is close enough? That is the question of the orb, the allowed deviation from the exact angle. A practical rule of thumb: use an orb of 8 degrees for the sun and moon, 6 degrees for planets involving the personal planets, and 4 degrees or less for the outer planets with each other. Tighter is stronger. A 2-degree square hits harder than a 7-degree square. Now, when 3 or more aspects link together, they form aspect patterns, and these are the signature structures of a chart. AT square. 2 planets in opposition, both squaring a third. A pressure cooker, the apex planet is the release valve and the life's work. A grand trine. 3 planets in mutual trine, usually in the same element. A reservoir of talent, often taken for granted. A stellium. 3 or more planets in one sign or house. A concentration of energy that dominates the personality. When you find a pattern, you have found the theme of the life. Patterns are how the chart tells its central story. Theory is nothing without practice. So let's read a sample chart together, step by step. Imagine a woman with the sun in Leo in the 10th house, the moon in Pisces in the 5th house, and the ascendant in Capricorn. Layer 1, planets. The sun is identity, the moon is emotion. Layer 2, signs. Leo says radiant, creative, wants to lead. Pisces says sensitive, imaginative, porous. Layer 3, houses. The 10th is career and public life. The 5th is creativity and joy. Now the synthesis. This person's core identity is expressed through public creative leadership. She is meant to be seen, to perform, to lead with warmth in her professional life. Her emotional life runs through art, romance, and play. She feels most safe when she is creating and connecting. And the Capricorn ascendant? That is the outer shell, disciplined, reserved, competent, a calm professional exterior that slowly reveals the lion inside. The sun in the 10th wants the stage. The Capricorn rising is the backstage manager making sure the show runs on time. Notice, we did not need a single ephemeris calculation. We read the 3 layers and the chart opened like a book. Let's close by turning everything into one repeatable 7-step method. the exact sequence I use to read any chart. Step 1. The ascendant and its ruler, the gateway. Who is this person in the world? Step 2. The sun and moon, the core identity and the emotional engine. What is this life for? Step 3. The 3 fastest planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, the daily operating system, mind, values, action. Step 4. The outer planets, Jupiter through Pluto, the generational background and the deep transformation points. Step 5. The angles. Check whether any planet is conjunct the ascendant or midheaven. Those are the loudest voices. Step 6. The aspects. Find the tightest aspects and any patterns, T-squares, grand trines, stellums. Where is the plot? Step 7. The synthesis. Answer the 3 questions for each key planet. What, how, where? Then weave them into one paragraph. That's it. That is the entire mechanics of a natal chart, 10 actors, 12 costumes, 12 stages, and the geometry of their conversation. Astrology is a language, and like any language, it is learned in grammar first, and poetry later. Today you learned the grammar. The poetry will come with practice. Thank you for watching. Next lesson, we'll take this same framework and apply it to transits, the sky in motion. Until then, keep looking up.